In the heart of New York City, where the streets are always alive and the lights never fade, two souls were bound by a love so deep it seemed unbreakable. But what happens when that love is tested by betrayal? When the one you trust most makes a mistake that threatens to tear you apart? This is the story of Patricia and Bryan, two people whose connection was forged in the most unexpected of places, and whose journey would teach them the true power of forgiveness. Patricia and Bryan met years ago, both young professionals working in the heart of New York. Patricia, a talented architect, had her hands full, building dreams for the future, while Bryan, a rising star in the world of publishing, was a man with ambition and charm. Their worlds collided at a party, just another networking event. But the instant their eyes met, something sparked. They couldn't ignore it. Over time, the connection between them grew. They shared late-night walks around Central Park, quiet moments in cafes, and laughter that felt like home. For them, New York was more than just a city. It was the backdrop of their love story, and it seemed like nothing could come between them. But no love is without its trials. One cold winter night, a misunderstanding cast a shadow over their relationship. Patricia overheard Bryan talking to another woman, a woman from a neighboring city. The woman admired Bryan for his success and confidence, and Patricia's heart clenched with jealousy. She had always trusted Bryan, but now, doubts crept in. When she confronted him, the pain in her voice was evident. "Why didn't you tell me about her? Why was I the last to know?" Bryan tried to explain, his face pale with regret, but Patricia couldn't hear him. The trust between them had cracked, and she didn't know how to fix it. The betrayal wasn't just about the woman, it was about the doubt that now lingered between them. Days passed in silence. The city around them was full of life, but inside their apartment, there was a heavy silence. Bryan tried to talk to Patricia, but she couldn't hear him. The hurt was too fresh. She couldn't see past the betrayal. So she did what she always did when she needed to think. She walked the streets of New York, trying to clear her mind. One evening, she found herself in Brooklyn, near the waterfront where the city skyline shimmered in the distance. That's when she met the seer, an old woman who lived in the shadows of the city's magic. No one knew much about her, but she had a reputation for giving wisdom to those who were lost. The seer saw the pain in Patricia's eyes the moment they met. "Your heart is heavy, child," she said. "Forgiveness is a kind of magic. It's not about forgetting. It's about freeing your heart from the chains of anger." Patricia nodded, her voice barely a whisper. "I don't know if I can forgive him. How do I forgive someone who has hurt me so deeply?" The seer smiled gently, as if she had heard these words countless times. "Forgiveness is not for him, child. It is for you. It is the magic that frees your heart from the chains of anger and regret. Forgiveness does not mean you forget. It means you choose to heal." The next day, Patricia returned to the apartment, her heart still heavy, but with a sense of clarity. She knew what she had to do. She couldn't keep carrying the pain. It was suffocating her. She had to forgive, for her own peace of mind, and for the love she still felt for Bryan. When she found him in the living room, standing by the window, Patricia took a deep breath. She didn't know if she could ever forget the hurt, but she knew she couldn't keep living with the weight of it anymore. "Bryan," she said softly, stepping closer. "I've been angry, and I've been hurt, but I can't carry this anymore. I forgive you." Bryan looked at her, his eyes filled with a mix of sorrow and relief. "I've hurt you, Patricia. I'll spend the rest of my life making it right. Thank you. Thank you for forgiving me." In that moment, something changed. The air around them seemed to lighten, as if the weight that had held them both was suddenly lifted. Forgiveness wasn't about forgetting the past. It was about rebuilding what was lost, healing the wounds they both carried. They embraced, and the bond between them grew stronger. As the days passed, Patricia and Bryan worked together to heal. They talked openly, shared their feelings, and most importantly, they listened. The trust that had once been broken began to rebuild, layer by layer. Forgiveness didn't erase the past, but it created a foundation for something deeper, something stronger. Over time, Patricia and Bryan found their rhythm again. Their love had been tested, but it had come out stronger. They weren't just partners, they were a team, facing the world together. Their bond wasn't just about the good moments. It was about being there for each other in the tough times too. New York, with all its magic and chaos, had become the backdrop of their love story, a love that had grown through the power of forgiveness. Together, they had learned that true love isn't just about being happy, it's about working through the pain and choosing each other every day. Patricia and Bryan's story became a reminder to everyone in New York. Forgiveness isn't about erasing the past. It's about choosing love and trust, even when it seems impossible. They had healed the wounds of betrayal, not just with magic, but with the strength of their hearts. The city around them may have been filled with noise, but in their hearts, there was only peace. And in that peace, their love grew, stronger and deeper than they ever thought possible.